Hey everybody, before the show starts, I just got to give you a heads up. I spilled a beer on my audio box before we recorded, and as I listen back, the audio is a little messed up. Hopefully I can fix that for next week, but this week you can listen to the beer gargled melon fights. All right, here we go.
You're sweet girl, you once were too sweet for me until I stumbled along the river and fell in. The snake's back on his feet, walking down the street. He's coming for you, but baby, I'm coming too. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love.
Hello everybody, it is March 3rd, 2024. I am Drew.
I'm Tara.
This is America's #1 sibling duo, Chicago-based Butthole Buffoonery 69, celebrating. It's the wettest podcast on both sides of the Mississippi. This is Melon Fights.
Mm-hmm.
Melon Fights. You didn't want to say Melon Fights there? You just want to give
Melon
a
fights. That's because I really enjoyed on both sides of the Mississippi.
Yeah, that's new. You like
I
that?
liked it. I did.
Improv that right in the moment.
I thought it
I'm
was
good. I'm good. That was pretty good. I was pretty happy with it. I think that's it. I think I finally found it. That was it. That was
It
the
was it.
perfect intro.
Yeah.
I listened to our first intro today, and it was pretty good. I got to be honest. I pulled in the sibling duo from that. I stole that from our first episode.
I like
Sibling
that.
duo. And here's what I'll say. It was okay. We kind of introduced ourselves, and it didn't come in hot, but it was good.
Sure.
It still sounded pretty good. It didn't sound that different.
Good. Because we're almost 100 epis in, which is a wild thing to say. I'm just going to say that.
Almost 100 epis in. I just want to see when we actually recorded our first episode. And it was April 4th, 2022. April 4th,
Wow.
and we put it up on April 6th. No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong again. It wasn't April 4th. I said it's April 4th, and I said, nope, April 5th. I actually got the first date wrong the first time. So April 5th is the day we recorded. April 6th is the day it went up. So our anniversary episode is about a month away.
Wow. 2 years.
2 years. We're 2 years in, basically. But before we get to that 2 years, we got to do our 100th episode, our Millennium episode, Tara.
Millennium.
Correct.
Mm.
We gotta start planning for that now. It's only
Okay.
2 weeks away. It's the 98th episode. It's episode 98. We're 2 weeks away, 14 days away from our Millennium episode, our 100th episode. We need to come in hot. We're going to do our Millennium stuff. We got to come in hot, Tara. Here's my goal. I would like, since it's for the Millennium, the Millennium is the future. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I would like us to both dress futuristic.
Okay. Whatever that means to us.
Whatever that means to you.
All right.
Be from the future for our episode 100, because the future is bleak, but we're going to dress like it's the future. I mean, AI's here. Apple Vision Pro is here. All of that's here, man. But let's show them what we thought the future was in 2000, basically. It's gonna be pretty good. So that's 2 weeks away. That's the first thing we're figuring out. We're gonna do for it. We got to come up with some other stuff for 100. It's 100 episodes, so we should also. So we'll do our 2000 stuff. We'll do our 2000 list still. Maybe we'll try to make them quick.
Yeah.
But also maybe come up with something else 100, something else Millennium. Or we're gonna dress like it's a Millennium.
Yes.
But we're also going to maybe remember the old Conan O'Brien in the year 2000. In the year 2000. Do you remember this?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe we could do something like that. I don't know. A prediction of sorts. A couple fun predictions for the year 3000. doesn't have to be real, Terry.
I know.
But also the other thought is some hundreds are some of our favorite things that are 100 as well, perhaps. We'll think about it. We got 2 weeks to figure it out. We really should do a live show. 100 is too close. 4 weeks from now still also might be too close. I don't know if we could get we could. We should probably get a live show up and running here to celebrate episode 160.
It might be our friend's first episode they'll have ever listened to, too.
To see it live? Yeah. Maybe we could get them to come see it live.
Maybe.
Where would you want to do it? Oregon or Chicago? Or Dubuque, Iowa? Those are the 3 picks, I would say.
I don't know. Part of me says Chicago, but...
Yeah. We probably could get more people to come out, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Probably could get more people to come out. Maybe not. I don't know. People in Oregon would be like, what's going on?
I know.
What's happening?
They'd be like, what is this?
No, once they got there, they'd get it. I just mean to come to it. Once they're there, they'd be like, oh, it's gold.
Well,
it's
they
gold
might be like,
mic.
oh, I want to start talking.
And we tell them to shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck
We'd
up.
be like,
this is
shut the fuck
our
up.
show, not your show.
Terry, you didn't have to watch
Start
a
your
movie
own
this
pod.
week. Yeah, start your own pod. It's so easy. It's so easy to start your own pod and just
we
talk.
almost have 100 episodes. That's how easy it is.
That's how easy it is.
The two of us, Drew sent me a clip earlier this week of LeBron dunking from half court, and I was like, man.
It wasn't from half court.
I mean, free throw line.
It was just inside the free throw line, I'd say.
But it looked awesome.
It did look awesome.
And he goes, this guy's our age. And I was like, man, he's doing life better than us.
Yeah. Is he, though? Because we're coming up on our 100th episode.
Oh, yeah.
Our millennium episode.
Our
2-year anniversary of MELLONfights.
Yeah.
MELLONfights. That's MELLON fights @gmail.com. I did not get any emails this week from people that don't listen, just trying to find out some questions for us to answer. Maybe Tara, maybe I'll just send out what is it called when you send out a bunch of emails?
A
bunch
blast?
Of people? Maybe I'll send out an email blast to just a bunch of random people like, hey, on our podcast this week, you don't got to listen, but ask some questions that you want us to answer.
I love it.
Our fans ain't going to do it. We learned that 2 weeks in a row now.
I'll also put something on my, the last time I did this, but no one did anything, but maybe I'll add something on my Facebook, on my Instagram story, because that's where I tend to get most engagement.
Okay.
Maybe someone will secretly ask me a question.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I like that.
I'll do that.
But I'm going to do an email blast.
Yes.
Like it's some old, weird early 2000s. For the millennium, Tara, I'm going to send out an email blast. To celebrate the millennium,
yeah,
I'm going to send out an email blast for our pod. And
that's
I'm like,
perfect.
you don't even gotta. I'm like, you don't gotta listen. I just want you to ask some questions that we can answer. You're very welcome to listen. Please do, because we're gonna give you golden answers.
Yes.
MELLONfights. MELLONfights @gmail.com. If this is your first listen, email us there, and then email your friends to listen, or just email your friends like, hey, I listen to this pod, and they like to give advice.
Yes.
They like to give advice. So do you have any questions? You need advice on?
We haven't done a ton of advice stuff, but guess what? We do like to give advice.
We'll give advice.
So please do send, because some might call me like a armchair therapist. I'm pretty good. Yeah. People always be coming to me with things. I'm going to cut
through the bullshit and I'm going to give it to you real.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it for you there, sweet cakes. I listen to a lot of podcasts here. I don't know if you know that. You don't.
I don't.
I do. They aren't all that good. That's just the truth.
I feel like the reason I only listen to one is because I try to listen to other ones and it's not that good. So the one that I listen to, I feel like is good. There's one that I should be listening to.
That's the best.
You
want to know something funny about that? I've been listening to that a lot lately. Still really good.
Is it on Amazon?
Probably.
Yet? Because it hadn't been.
Oh, I don't know. I don't listen on Amazon.
Because I'll look, and if it's there, T-Boz gonna be listening.
Well,
yeah.
Do what you need to do. I listen on Google Podcasts, but it's going away. They're getting rid of Google Podcasts. It's right. I keep finding new ones. They keep getting rid of it.
Yeah.
I used to listen to Stitcher. It doesn't exist anymore. Google Podcasts. Yep. I don't want to be on Spotify. I fucking hate Spotify. I don't like it. I don't like it as a I don't like it's like I just want my podcasts. I
Just
don't want my
want
podcasts and my music. I just want my podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
They're separate to me. I want them separated.
Same.
Just like I don't want my phone to be everything. Get it out of my. I'm done with it. Get your fucking multi-use phone out of my face. I'm over it.
Just give me a phone that texts.
Give me
and
back my BlackBerry, baby.
We are Melon Fights, bringing back the BlackBerry.
Bringing back the BlackBerry. Their BlackBerry movie was pretty good. I watched it on Hulu last week. It's a pretty good movie.
I'll watch it.
It's got Dennis from Sunny in Philadelphia in it, and he's really good in it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So Tara, we do got to do our 1998 list. We don't got to start there. We don't have a movie this
Just
time.
remembered something.
We don't have a movie this time. I did have an assignment. Did you have an assignment?
Nope. Just
wow.
you.
Yeah. Well, mine is. Here's the thing about my assignment. I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm not ready to bring it to the public yet. I have a nice outline. I have it's gonna be more of a Grimm's fairy tale, I would say.
Okay.
I was like fairy tale, but I like fairy tales can be dark, and I want
Yes.
dark, but I don't have like the beats quite right. I'm kind of learning. I'm learning it. I'll talk a little bit about fairy tales really quick, leading up to next week's. I'll say next week I'll probably be ready to go. I'll probably be ready.
Would you want to talk about some of your favorite fairy tales? Maybe give me a top 3 plus or
In a
top
minute.
3.
In a minute.
Okay.
But the fairy tale I'm working on, just so we know, it's gonna have like kind of things I learned. Like cool, you got to have like you can have a happy ending. There's two options. You got the happy ending, or you got the Grimm's fairy tales type of ending where it's like kind of dark, kind of crazy.
Would that be like Hansel and Gretel?
Hansel and Gretel, the Big Bad Wolf. You know, he like fucking. It's like very dark.
Yep.
Things like that of that nature.
Okay.
Maybe more of an Aesop's Fable even type of thing I'll have going on where it's a lesson. A lot of fairy tales I find have lessons when you really think about it.
Definitely
and you know what really
lessons.
is really quite prevalent in fairy tales? That rule of 3.
Oh,
The
yes.
rule, it's like they did this and nothing happened. And then like the boy who cried wolf, he lied. And then he lied again a second time. And then the third time, no one believed that stupid motherfucker. And they got eaten by the goddamn wolf. So that happens a lot. The 3 pigs, there's 3 houses. Three bears.
3
Lots of
bears.
3s in fairy tales. So that's so listen, I've been working on it.
Okay.
I didn't just willy-nilly it. I haven't found it because I want it to really feel like a MELLONfights fairy tale.
You know what? I appreciate that. I'm glad that you are putting some effort into it and are thinking about it.
So no fairy tale this week.
But
Probably
get excited
next week.
because it sounds like Drew's really going to bring the heat with it.
I have an ending. I have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
You just
But I
have
don't
to
have the details
get
quite
there.
right.
Okay.
I don't have like the 3, the third, the middle. I don't really have the 3 steps yet. Like what? Because they got to kind of like almost one up the before. I haven't figured out quite what it is yet. When you hear this next week, you're like, this fucking idiot.
Well, I look forward to it, and so do our listeners.
Yeah, they do. Tara, did you 3 favorite fairy tales? Go. Top 3. That's what I kind of want to bring back. I forgot that we used to do was just top 3s in the moment.
Yeah.
A lot of our in the moment stuff is going away because these lists are taking over our goddamn show. They're great though, but I think we can't have a second segment when we do it.
Whew.
They're great, but
we just have to have like little mini segs.
So top 3 fairy tales for me all time.
Yeah.
I would probably say, that's great. Okay, top 3 in order, 3 down to 1. I would say I would like. Are Mother Goose considered fairy tales?
I think so.
I would say my top 3 fairy tales: Jack and the Beanstalk, number 3. Really like Jack and the Beanstalk. Number 2, I would say, is probably the Big Bad Wolf, or not the Big Bad Wolf. What's that called? Three Little Pigs. 3 Little Pigs. I really like. I always like the 3 Little Pigs. It's a fun one, just because I like to do the voice. It's a fun one. And then my number 1 fairy tale, maybe one with a happy ending, perhaps. You know what I really liked? I always liked The Princess and the Pea. Something about The Princess and the Pea.
One.
I just found it to be interesting. I was just like, how's this bitch feeling this pea?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this uptight princess feeling this pea below like 20, 40 mattresses. Like, what is this? I always thought it was really, something about it was intriguing to me.
You went pretty obscure on those. I'm just going to say,
none of
I
those were
liked them.
obscure.
Yeah,
Those are all
I mean,
massive. Those are all
but I
time
feel
classics.
like, but I feel like they're like when people go fairy tale, they think of like princess fairy tales, and you didn't really do that.
Princess and the Pea is a princess,
Well, the only reason she was a princess is because she could feel the pea,
but I think she,
and it's
yeah, she was meant to be a princess.
she was meant to be a princess.
I don't know. What would you have gone with? What are your top three?
I probably would have done Rumpelstiltskin.
Great one.
It's awesome.
No real princess though. So far,
I know.
not that princess.
I know.
Rumpelstiltskin was in my mix. I really do like
I really
Rumpelstiltskin.
like just Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin,
Is like such a cool
great name, great
Love
fairy
it.
tale.
Yes. Then I would probably pick Rapunzel.
Rapunzel's
really good, too.
That's a princess.
Letting down your hair. Awesome.
Yep. And
Um,
what's your number one?
probably Cinderella. It's just
Is that a fairy tale?
yeah.
Yeah, it's a
It's
full.
just a classic.
It is good.
It's awesome.
That's not my style of fairy tale.
Yeah, you like a more.
I like it to be almost like a life
You like
lesson.
there to and you like life lesson.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Mm,
You can be anything you want.
dream a little dream.
Sometimes the bitches that are working in the kitchen are the hottest bitches in the room.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The lady scrubbing the floor and this might be the hottest tasty out there. Is that the message from Cinderella?
I think it is. The lady scrubbing the floor is the hottest tasty out there.
Sometimes, not always.
Sometimes.
Not always.
It's like, don't look down on the girl scrubbing the floor because she
No.
might be the hottest tasty
Yeah,
out there.
because sometimes the one with the cash and the money are the ugliest ones of all. with
Yeah,
big
they
dirty-
like
with
paid.
big
They like
dirty old
paid.
feet.
They like paid to like look good in the face, but no, they did not get foot surgery. So they
No.
got these big old hairy feet that
Hog
don't
feet.
fit in a glass slipper.
Yeah. Fairy tales are fun.
They are fun.
What are some other good ones that you like?
What about
Yeah, you're doing like I was kind of avoiding the Disney fairy tales.
but like Cinderella wasn't always a Disney. Like it was
No, I know they're
a
old.
long
They're
ago
old.
fairy tale.
They're all old fairy tales. Yeah. I like the Aesop's Fables stuff too a lot. I feel like.
I feel like the Mother Goose stuff.
Is that
Wasn't
fairy
there
tales?
like a? I don't know that we talked about it.
I don't know.
What
I do
about
like Humpty Dumpty. Is that a fairy tale?
No, that's just
Like
like,
Jack
a
Jump Over
nursery.
the
Those
Those
are
are
like nursery
nursery rhymes.
rhymes.
There you go.
Nursery rhymes.
Yeah, it's not a story.
It's not a story. Yes.
We're like Jack and the Beanstalk's a full on story, and so is
Yeah.
what was my second one? Oh, the
Here's-
three little pigs. Just because it's
Yes.
fun. I will say the Three Bears is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good one. So
That's a really good one, actually.
it is a good one. Tara, sports.
Sports. I don't have a ton of sports.
Well, today we can talk about Caitlin Clark did become
Yeah.
the all-time highest. We don't have to talk about it long. We know how I feel about it already. Not that I'm like, I don't have any problem with her, but she did break the all-time Division I scoring record. She's number one all-time. But the funny thing is that they're like, oh, everyone's comparing that, which I guess, yeah, they're just comparing her to Maravich now. They have very similar games, everyone says. I'm like,
Sure.
I guess. Do you ever watch old Pistol Pete? I've never seen her do
She
those.
does things that are impressive.
She
though.
shoots.
She's
She likes to
good.
run and gun, but
Yeah.
I agree. She's good, but Pistol Pete was like a weird ball player. He was a strange basketball player. Like, to compare him-
I feel like Dad really loved Pistol.
He did.
And he would have us, he fed us the Pistol Pete Kool-Aid. Not like that he wasn't awesome, but Dad wanted his kids to be Pistol Pete kids.
Well, we grew up
And we
watching
were.
the movie The Pistol,
Yes.
which was him as
And
a
it was
kid.
so
Which
fun.
was so fun. Like
Ugh.
the way, I don't know how much of it was real, but to see how he trained, he like dribble on train
Yeah.
tracks. He spun the ball while he walked across town and then threw it up and bopped it off his head. The Pistol. I loved Pistol Pete.
He was
I never
the
got to see him
man.
play for real, but when you see old highlights, it's a lot of fancy passes and
Yeah.
no looks and things like that. I don't know that that's in her game, really. I don't watch a ton of it. Again, as exciting as everyone is about it, like I'm still not. People still aren't really watching it.
There
Sadly.
are, though.
There are more. There are more.
Yeah. Like I was talking to someone who actually was from Iowa at the bar, and they were saying getting a ticket to a home game is
Oh,
like
sure.
impossible. So they all came up here and to see her play. And
Northwestern.
no.
Oh,
Wisconsin.
you live in Wisconsin. I forgot.
Yeah. They came up. I'm like, That's you, boy.
I
Uh,
live in Chicago.
mhm. And they were saying how like that was the only way they were going to be able to see her this year.
Yeah. Congratulations
Yeah, that's cool.
on the most points ever in 40 more games. That's a lot. That's like a considerable amount of more games. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
That's why most points ever is almost it's almost like silly.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost
Well,
like
there's just
it's
so much inconsistency with it. Not that it's like
right.
not awesome, and
Well,
like
like
it is awesome,
well, and
but there's
I
been a ton of guys who've played that many years and haven't beat his record.
no, they're never going. It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
No
So
one's
it's like,
ever going to average 40 points a game like he did. Never
no.
going to happen. And honestly, I don't know if anyone will ever average what she's averaged the last couple of years. Oh, she didn't start out averaging
Drew,
that much.
she's wet.
She's wet. Okay.
She is.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
She's wet. She's moist.
She's moist.
She's not moist. She's wet.
She's wet from the outside for
Yeah.
sure.
She's wet.
She's going pro. People
Saw
go, she's
that.
going pro. I'm like, no shit, she's going pro.
Well,
They're
people are like, she'll make more money if she stays.
Not
I'm like,
even-
guess what? She's a thing. She's gonna have
she
all
doesn't
the
need to stay.
endorsements.
There's no reason for her to stay. And
No.
I'm sure
She's
that,
gonna go.
and my guess is the WNBA is like, come, whoever picks you is going to pay you more money than you're going to get in college. The endorsements are all going to be there.
Yes.
She's already it. And
Yes.
she'll get a bigger paycheck at the WNBA level. They're just going to pay her more. They're going to be like, listen, we want you here. We need you.
Well, that's
We
exactly. They
need
need
it
to
to be a
take
thing.
care of her.
Well,
and,
they're gonna overpay for it, but that's okay because it's gonna call for it.
and she's
then
gonna be great.
She's gonna be great. She'll be great in the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be the best. Probably not right away, but she'll be good.
She'll be real good.
It might be a way. It also might be weird. She might go and not be as good. You know, that's the W. It's not quite the same jump as college hoops and men's to the NBA,
Right.
but it's still a jump.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of the best players.
The best of the best.
You know, you're not running Wisconsin women's
God.
basketball garbage, just like the boys.
I know shit. Ugh. They
And,
are turds.
and other, but yeah, nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, awesome.
It
Love it.
took a lot, you know. It's so stupid that she's even allowed to be able to play for a fifth year. Just enough of the COVID stuff.
Right?
She played plenty of basketball. Her numbers didn't suffer. Like she played plenty of college basketball. Stop it. We're done with that now, aren't we? I know we're not quite. There's a few. No. There's people that were freshmen then, or like redshirt freshmen then. They're going to be still having a COVID year until like 2 years from now, Tara.
Oh God.
Yeah, we all thought about it that first season, you know, because
Yeah.
not Johnny Davis.
Brad.
Brad Davidson came back for the Badgers, and that, like, everyone, all the country was like, get that guy out of here. The whole
Right.
country was like, get that dude out of here. But that's just the first class. But everyone that was eligible to play that year got a COVID year. So we're going to see it for another couple years. It's kind of crazy. That's why because she's played 4 seasons, Tara, and she
Yeah.
was eligible to play a 5th.
I'm
because of
glad
the
she
COVID year.
decided to go.
It'd have been stupid.
Time to
not
move on.
Been stupid not to. She's known what she can do in college. LeBron James also scores a lot of points. He has scored his 40,000 point today or yesterday.
Yesterday. Mm-hmm.
40,000 points in the NBA.
Crazy.
Which is number one. And again, it's longevity for him. Like, you know, as far as his, you know, per game average, it's not as high as some guys. Definitely not as high as MJ's. But longevity, it's a real. I mean, to be able to do that dunk I sent you at
Yeah.
the age of 39, dude turns 40 this year.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, he's gonna stop playing basketball before, like, he has to. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like he could be like a bench player, a piece on a team, and he's not gonna want to be that.
Oh,
And so he's gonna go out like
yeah.
with still being fucking awesome.
Yeah. Can you imagine if he was someone's 6th man?
Yeah.
Like instead of the Bucks bringing in Bobby Portis, they brought in LeBron James.
Right?
How nuts would that be?
Exactly.
LeBron would have to take a pay cut for something like that. He's just not going to do it.
No.
If he really loved basketball, he'd do it. He'd keep playing as a 6th man. The problem is if you have him on your team, even like for another couple years, you're not going to be like, Well, he's better than the other guys we got. We got to
Right.
put him in. Like, he's still better than everyone on that team.
He
He's still the best
is.
basketball player on the team. People can pretend it's Anthony Davis as much as they want. It isn't Anthony Davis. I'm sorry
No.
to tell you. He's a great basketball player, but he's not LeBron still. LeBron at his best is still better than Anthony Davis.
He's fucking sick. He's really good at passing the ball
Tara,
too.
give me your top three. LeBron James is 40,000 points now. What are your top three LeBron James moments?
Oh God, I don't know enough.
Come on. Yes, you do. He's supposedly your favorite player and best player of all time. Let's hear it. I could name 50 LeBron James moments.
Well, my number one was.
Like, it doesn't have to be game moments. It could be him faking to read books every day.
Oh gosh, that's hilarious.
Like, he's funny. Could be Taco Tuesday if you wanted it to be.
Oh my gosh, Drew, you're reminding me of all of these fun things.
He's a doofus.
Taco Tuesday was really fun.
And racist.
But funny.
Tara, all right, guys, put that down in your notebooks. Tara thinks racism is funny.
It wasn't racist. It was just
He
good
did Taco
old
Tuesday in a
fun.
Spanish voice. He was like, Taco Tuesday.
So funny.
That's ridiculous.
Um,
Kevin Love couldn't have got away with that.
Number 3.
Be quick about it. Don't think about it too
It's
much.
gonna be tough for me to be quick because
Think of just name 3 things you remember him doing. The block, the championship.
That was gonna be my one, Drew.
That's the number one LeBron moment for you is the block.
It won him his championship in Cleveland, and that was really
Okay.
important.
Fair enough.
So,
I
yeah.
take it back. Take it back.
So that's my number 1.
Tara's
My
number
number-
1 is the chase down block.
Yeah,
Okay.
freaking awesome.
Number 2.
Number 2 is
You really love this guy.
Drew. I don't remember all plays that people do.
You can't remember 3? 3 of your 3 moments that stick out to you? How good is I could name 20 MJ moments. I could name 20 LeBron moments probably too, but
I can't name any MJ moments at all.
oh, how about when LeBron won the dunk contest in the NBA? Oh, he didn't do that
I was going to say, what are you
afraid.
talking about?
because he's afraid. He was the first generation of guys that made it okay not to participate in the dunk contest when you're supposed to be the next big thing. It's kind of where it ended, where none of the guys do it anymore because LeBron never did it. Kobe did it. Vince Carter did it. Everyone was doing it. Anthony Grant Hill even I think did it. Everybody was doing it. MJ obviously won it. The biggest stars did it. LeBron was the first one to go like, nah. Because LeBron was afraid to not win it. He did it in high school. He won that.
Maybe he's just not a dunker like
He's
that.
clearly a dunker. He dunks. He dunks. He just was afraid. He didn't want to look stupid. He's always been too worried about his
I think my
image.
favorite move of his is his like kind of turnaround fadeaway thing that he does. It's smooth.
turnaround fadeaway thing he does.
It's where he's like, it's what he does.
Just a turnaround jumper
Yeah,
with a fadeaway.
yeah.
Okay.
He's just like a smooth criminal with that. And then I liked when he was on the banana boat with his friends.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you like this is the worst top 3 list.
Drew, I don't like when you ask me stuff that I
That's
don't
the
know.
game, Terry.
I
You
know,
don't-
but
Terry,
the
you
thing
don't know
is,
Terry, we're sports entertainment podcast. You
I
don't know LeBron
know.
James moments. I said to name my 3 favorite fairy tales.
so that's easy.
No, is it easy as LeBron James?
Yes,
moments?
it is.
I think
How
my
am I
point is how
supposed-
LeBron James moments are few and far between that are that memorable.
Well, I couldn't do that for I couldn't do that for anybody. That's my favorite.
You
'Cause
couldn't name
those-
you couldn't name 3 great. I'm trying to think of a player that you love.
Please do. And if I
You
know
could
him,
name
I'll
3
say,
of your favorite Giannis moments. Easily, you could.
no, I
Easily,
can't.
you could.
No. This is
How
what I
about
would
when he?
say.
How about when he got a
I would
block in
say-
the finals? How about when he had the? How about when he had the alley oop in the finals? How about when he, scored 64 points earlier in the year? How about when he scored 54 points earlier in the year? How about when he got mad when they took his basketball? All of these things just came off the top of my head. You could name things. Come on.
No, because I wouldn't have been able to name any of those. This is what I would say about Giannis. I liked when he talked about being a freak in the bed. I like when he ordered
Are you a
50,
casual?
50 chicken nuggets.
So you like Giannis off the court. You don't give a fuck what he
No,
does.
I love Giannis on the court. The blocks that he had are amazing. That alley-oop was awesome from Drew. But, like, I can't think of any other things.
I just named other ones.
I didn't know the like.
You didn't know he scored 64 points in a game this year?
Yeah, I did, but I didn't think about it because it was like, and like with LeBron, he's scored lots of points a lot of times. He won a gold medal for the USA. One of my very favorite things he did. America,
Yeah.
okay?
Can I tell you something? Giannis has never won a gold medal.
For the
That's
USA.
true. For anybody.
For anybody.
He didn't win one for Greece either.
No.
Greece does not have a gold medal. They should. He could. They're gonna win one next year. Next one. They're winning with Giannis.
Greece is winning?
Yep, with Giannis.
Even with Thanasis, who's a doctor.
He is Tara. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I watched the game.
Good.
I try to decide if he's the worst player on the team or if Patrick Beverly is. But Patrick Beverly scored like 17 points in the fourth quarter the other night.
Well, when I was working the other day, this guy was like, "Oh my God, Thanasis is the worst basketball player I've ever seen in my life." He goes,
He's
"I was
so
watching
bad.
the game the other day, and he went up for a dunk, and he like got caught in the rim.
He's so bad.
And it's just like flailing everywhere." And he's like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
He's brutal.
Yeah,
I love him, but he's like, everyone knows he's terrible. It's crazy that he's on the team. They'd be better off with Alex on the team.
his
I feel
littlest
like.
brother,
Or whichever one is, they just sent that.
Costas or Alex.
Costas. They just cut Costas.
Oh,
They just
really?
cut one of, whatever one they had, they cut. And he's going to play in Europe. So, Giannis is great, though. Thanasis, not so much. Love Thanasis, though.
He's got
I've never listened to his
great
podcast.
energy.
I refuse to listen to his podcast.
I know.
There's no way it's good.
No.
Maybe it's great, because I do like him. Maybe it's great. I'm going to listen to it. I've seen clips. I'm just like, I don't care. It's just more NBA players. It's always like an NBA player. It's like, I don't care about what these guys have to say. They're boring. You know?
There's this one time LeBron had this like awesome dunk that I really liked too, because he's
Who?
really good at LeBron.
An awesome dunk he did?
Yeah.
What was it?
It was like a really hard slam.
Why'd you come back to LeBron just to tell me he dunked it once hard?
Yeah.
That ain't a moment.
It
You have to tell me when it happened.
There was this one time that he like passed Kareem, and that was cool.
Giannis has passed Kareem some stuff as well.
I know.
All as a buck, but another thing that happened today, you probably don't even know who I'm going to be talking about. Chris Mortensen died today.
Oh,
You probably know Chris Mortensen.
I know
is.
Chris
NFL,
Mortensen.
ESPN NFL guy. He's one of the best. He passed away today.
I know that he was
72. Yeah,
he had cancer. Yep, because he was on like the Dickie V thing,
Yep. But yeah, he passed away today. 72.
R.I.P. He was not.
He was
as
always
old as
great.
I
He was
thought
always good.
He was so good.
He wasn't as old as you thought. He was older than 72. That's old.
That old?
Well, he's not that old.
I know. That's what I just said.
You thought he was older than that?
Yeah,
Why?
because he died.
Because he died. He was older than that.
I didn't. He was younger than I thought.
I know. I'm trying to figure out why you thought he was older.
He looked
than
a
that.
little old.
72 looks like a 72-year-old.
No,
You see that picture Mom and Dad sent? Dad looks like an old man. Dad's 7 years younger than Mortensen.
Dad
And he
didn't
looks
look that
old,
young.
like Chris Mortensen. He's an old man.
R.I.P. Chris.
R.I.P. Chris.
He was good. I liked him on
He
stuff.
always had. He was like the first guy where he had great information
Yep.
about. He was like before these fucking losers, the Schefters of the world. It was Mortensen first. Mortensen was killing it. Love Chris Mortensen. Plus, he has a cool voice.
He does have a cool voice.
I don't like what's his name's voice.
Schefter.
Schefter. It's like I'm Schefter. I'm a little dog. Yep. He's funny. I like him. He seems like a
I
fun
like
guy.
him. Yeah.
His laughs remind me of a Reese laugh.
Oh.
When you hear him, if you hear him again, like
Mhm.
just like he's like this is ridiculous what's happening.
Yeah.
But he's
I
enjoying
like
himself
him
still.
because he enjoys himself and he can joke, and he doesn't take himself too serious. It
Yeah,
seems.
how could he? His life's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He's like talks to NFL dudes and goes to games.
And pulls his like knee doing the gritty.
Oh my god, the gritty is the worst thing that ever happened. What was I watching? And someone did the gritty. I was like, oh my god, please don't do that. I've never liked the gritty. Well, I liked it when it happened the first time, when Justin Jefferson was doing it, and like Jamar Chase was doing it, and then when anyone else did it, I was like, please stop.
Especially when they did it badly.
The second a white person did it, it was over. But a lot of black people do it bad too. Speaking of, Tara, I should have had you watch this. At halftime of the Bucks game a couple days ago, they had a bunch of like, it was for Black History Month. They had HB. I never get it right. What is it? HBCU? HS. Historically Black.
Colleges and universities.
HSBCU.
HBCU.
HBCU. I thought there was an S in there somewhere. No?
I don't think so.
HBCUs. There was a bunch of, and they were doing like, it was like their sororities and fraternities. And they're doing like stomp the yard thing. Tara. It was all terrible.
It didn't translate to the big
Terrible.
screen.
Tara, it didn't translate to anything. It was
could've.
no. Tara, it made no sense. They're all bad. My point is they're all bad. It's a bunch of nerds that don't have any they tricked us with Stomp the Yard. That was like professionals doing cool shit.
Yeah.
This was just like nerds in college. That's the thing, Tara. It's just a bunch of college nerds that had they were never in sync. They never had any sort of like rhythm going. It was terrible. I mean, like it reminded me of white people. Like these are some white people. This is some white shit. They were probably like California love. That's what it felt like.
Oh gosh, maybe they're having an off night.
Good, Tara. It was 10 different crews.
Maybe
they all took turns, and only one of them was cool. One was like, hell yeah. The only time it was good, one crew was like, they got some flavor. They had some flow, and then all the girls ones were like so slow and bad. They all seemed so lazy. It was so stupid.
They need some new choreography.
But at the very end, they all came out in lines together and were going hard. And it was that part I liked. Because when they were all doing it, it was hectic. Because it was like, I didn't know where to look. And they're almost like hitting each other. It was fun. I liked that part. But mostly it's like, this isn't very good. It kind of reminded me of all the halftime stuff I watch. All that halftime stuff during League Pass. Everyone is so bad at what they do.
Well, how good was that little girl singing the national anthem that you sent me?
Amazing.
She
so fucking funny.
Awesome.
Where
awesome, was that?
So awesome and bad at the same time.
Yes. She was feeling
at first,
herself.
I think the players started laughing at her.
Yeah.
So they had to stop showing them because one of them had their like head down.
Yeah.
His hands in his head in his hands. I think it's because they all started laughing because it was like Fergie level nuts.
It was Fergie level nuts.
It was wild.
And she was just, what she was wearing was insane. Like the long sleeve and then the no sleeve.
It was probably one of the longest national anthems
she
I've
was
ever seen.
Milking it.
Milking stuff that wasn't milk.
It was so
like,
funny.
Oh, say, can you see? I don't think I'm exaggerating.
And then she was like, the downs.
That was loud.
She got real down in her like.
It was wild.
Mm-mm.
And bad.
Loved her.
But I loved it.
Loved her.
Loved it. Her parents needed to tell her to chill a little bit.
Yeah.
Or she can turn into a real piece of shit. If people just keep telling her she's dope, because that was brutal. But I still loved her.
I thought it was electric.
It was electric.
Electric.
She was electric. She was good.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that was at.
She was a star. She's a star in the making. She is awesome.
Caitlin Clark looks very happy in these pictures.
Good.
Caitlin Clark is one of one. We've never seen a woman play like this. I am going to say this. I bet some women think that's rude. That played pretty good. Like, what's the girl that shot the 3-point? She's pretty awesome at basketball.
Yeah.
And she kind of plays like that, where she kind of runs and shoots. And like, what's the one that's against Steph? I never remember her name.
Sabrina something.
Sabrina. Wants to come.
Yeah.
Sabrina. Fuck, we're losers. What's her name?
Sabrina.
Sabrina Ionesco or something like that.
Yeah, it starts with an
Ionesco.
I.
Sabrina Ionesco. We're gonna say that. Pretty close.
It's like
We're pretty close.
Ionescu.
Ionesco. I think it's like
Ionesco.
Ionescu.
Ionescu.
Who knows? We're killing it. I
Yep.
think it's an I to start. I-O starts your name. I never
Yeah, it's
know.
like Ion.
Caitlin Clark she's got an easy name. She's got that going for her.
Yeah.
Caitlin, she's just Caitlin Clark. Who's gonna forget
CC.
that? Easy to remember. Easy to remember. All right. Also, the combine happened this week. I didn't watch any of it. I used to watch some of it, but I didn't watch any of it this week.
It's not for me.
It's just not that interesting because it means nothing.
Yeah.
It literally means nothing. This guy ran the fastest time, tied the fastest time ever, or set the fastest time ever. I think he beat it the old time.
Yeah, he did.
And who cares?
Right?
It will not translate to the NFL at all. He ran down a field really fast like a sprinter. Is he going to be a good receiver? Doubt it.
All depends on
Someone like the Patriots will draft him because he runs fast. Like, oh, he'll run downfield.
Can he catch the ball?
Couldn't tell you. What
was I
What?
just gonna tell you? I was gonna tell you something. I don't remember.
Are you right?
Yesterday we were talking about the combine, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah," talking about when Chris Jones's dong flopped out.
Yeah. 8 years ago.
And everyone was like, "Oh," saying like, "Oh, I think it was this person. I think it was that person." Like, it was Chris Jones. Come on, how do you not remember?
Who's talking about it and didn't know?
Lindsay, Dad, Derek, and then two of Derek's friends.
Why were they talking about it?
Because it was the combine, and they're talking about.
How do they even know about it if they don't know about it? If you know about it, you never forget it.
No.
You should never forget whose dong,
Right.
giant dong, was so dong-alicious that it
Was
ripped
so
through some
dong-alicious.
shorts.
Exactly. And he had to like fall. It was so funny.
He's a Super Bowl champ.
Three times?
3-time Super Bowl champ.
Let's put some respect on that.
Put some
dong.
respect on the 3-time
Put some
Super Bowl
respect
champion
on that
Chris
dong.
Jones's penis.
Yeah. Respect it.
We'll be technical. We'll call it a penis. His penis fell out.
His penis fell out.
Because it was like, it was a professional setting, so it was a penis.
Okay. Yes. It was a
Professional
penis.
setting. His penis fell out of his shorts. They didn't fall out of his shorts. They fell through his shorts.
Yeah. They ripped through.
They fought their way out of his shorts, and he tumbled to the ground. Do you think he gets? I tell you one thing. He doesn't get sick of it. He's never been like, "Shut up." He's like, "Yes, it did."
Yes.
Don't talk about my dick anymore. I'm more than my dick. He's never said that once.
Never did.
Yes, that did happen. Don't you ever fucking forget it. 3-time Super Bowl champ. But get out.
And he's like, "Pay me, pay
my
me."
Dick ripped through my shorts because it's so damn good.
Yes.
And they were like those shorts. They weren't faulty. They were very well sewn together shorts.
Yes.
He says.
They weren't the new baseball uniforms.
No, they were not the new baseball uniforms. We don't need to talk about it because we're out of time. It's 41 minutes in.
Jesus,
what are we doing
what's
here?
our problem?
The problem is we just got too much to talk about. We got all the words. So far, top pod. Top pod thus far. This is, guys, for real, if you want to share our pod, this is a great one to share. Send this specific pod in an email to your closest and dearest friend.
Tell them, hey.
And then say, and then when they get to this part, because they're going to listen for 43 minutes, they're gonna, hey, friend, your friend sent you this because they love you.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted you to experience love. And we're bringing the love. We are Melon Fights.
You're welcome.
You're fucking welcome. Tara, it's time. And now, you guys, these new listeners that we just got from these emails that were sent out, this is what we're doing right now. We've been doing it since like 84, episode 84.
Yep.
Something like that. This is our 1998. It's our 98th episode. So there's our 1998 list of our 5 favorite things from 98.
All right.
I hope you're ready for it. Tara,
what
is your number 5 thing from 1998?
My number 5 thing from 1998 is the Sammy Sosa versus Mark McGwire home run race.
Wow. On my list, much higher.
Ooh.
Can I say something, Tara?
What?
I think it's a Hall of Famer. Nothing was bigger than that summer.
I know. It brought everyone back to baseball.
Baseball was the biggest sport in the world.
Yes.
NFL was NFL, but baseball was talked about
Must-see
so much.
TV.
Must-see. People were tuning in to baseball tonight every single night just to see, because the internet wasn't really the internet yet.
No.
You would tune in to see if either of them hit a home run that day.
Yep.
You'd be listening on the radio and you'd hear an update of who hit the home run. You'd be watching something else and they'd break in on TV to show an at bat.
Yes.
I think it's a Hall of Famer, Tara. I think it's an auto Hall of Fame thing. It was
Okay.
such a big thing. I don't care how much they cheated.
I don't either.
Don't care at all. Don't give
Made
a
it more
fuck.
fun.
It was the best time ever.
Because baseball was struggling. Everyone knows it because there was the strike. And guess what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa shot some shit in their butt.
Got
Got real big.
Got real big.
Saved the damn game.
And made America fall in love like two little America's sweethearts.
Yes.
One of them didn't speak English that well, and one of them was a giant redhead.
Ginger.
It
Yes.
was amazing.
It was
These
awesome.
guys, the most unlikely American heroes
Yes.
was the giant ginger and a Hispanic fellow who, who's spoke a little broken English.
Yes.
But they were so goddamn charming.
We
that
loved
they took
them.
the world by storm.
Mm-hmm.
1998.
Who is gonna win this race?
The
Spoiler
Midwest
alert.
was who was going to win the race? Yeah, spoiler
Spoiler
alert.
alert. It was Mark McGwire.
It was Big Mac. I was a big McGwire fan prior
Yes.
to it, so I was rooting for him. But I think a lot of baseball fans that weren't McGwire fans already were really rooting for Sammy because he was so charming.
I think I was a Sammy girl. I loved me some
And
Sammy
the Cubs
Sosa.
fans, there's a lot of he's a Cub, and people,
Yep.
the Cubs were the lovable losers, and they were the Cubs. So
They're the
Sammy had a big following, and we're 26 years later. People feel real different about it, but me, I look back on it and I feel really good about it.
I feel really good about it. So good that I agree. It's going Auto Hall of Fame.
So Tara has to come with. So first time listeners, if this is your
Yeah.
first time listening, and it better be the first time listening, because someone better have sent this to you. Tara's got to give a number 5 again. That one doesn't count. We both had it on our list. So now we both have to add something to our top 5. Tara, what's your number 5 thing from 1998?
I'm going to go. Oh, this is tough. I've got
I'm going to be honest, there might be another Hall of Famer.
I got 2. I wrote a Hall of Famer. There's an Hall of Fame auto on my list. It's not on my list. It's on my Hall of Fame auto.
You just want to do it now?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's there.
Yeah. It's the challenge.
Yeah. It's the challenge.
We've got Real World on there. We've got Road Rules on
I
there.
was going to say, Tara,
we
might not even have a pop. The challenge, we only have the Real World on there and the Road Rules on there so we could get to the challenge.
Yes.
The only reason we have those two on there is so we could get to the challenge.
Yes.
The challenge would be number 1 for me if it wasn't an auto Hall of Famer. Tara, I actually don't, it's not I think it's a Mount Rushmore. I think the other 2 were Hall of Famers. I think so. Tara, I think the other 2 are autos, Hall of Famers, and this goes straight to our Tara. The Challenge is my favorite TV show in the world.
Yeah,
still to this day.
I know
you don't watch it, but I watch it all the time. And when you do watch it, you love it.
I do, and it's like I struggle.
You're so stupid for not watching.
I know.
I cry when I almost cry. I cried this year. I was very proud of Nerese. Very proud of her.
I would agree.
I don't know if I'm going to have 5.
You're not going to have 5 today?
I know. No. I'll come up with 5. But I think there's another Hall of Famer I do. But
okay.
Tara, so what is our Mount Rushmore now? We have What About Bob?
What About Bob?
The Challenge.
Reese's Puff Cereal. Christmas Vacation? Or is that just okay?
It's Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Maybe Billy Madison. Maybe we'll have to kick one of What About Bob or Billy Madison off. We can kick stuff off of it.
Yeah.
But right now, those are the 4. Maybe we would say we don't need 2 movies.
Right.
Or something else might climb in. Or we do need 2 movies.
Or we use
we don't need Reese's Puff.
Or use the backside of the Rushmore.
Oh, right, because there is that. Yeah. Or we just do it properly and get rid of one and put it and move them down to the Hall of Fame.
Or we could have a Crazy Horse as like our
thing that they never finished. I don't think they ever finished it. Yeah. Fucking idiots. Dang, we got a Hall of Famer. We'll start with the Hall of Famer. And so what's your number 5 thing from 1998 thing? So new listeners, this is how it goes. Sorry to tell you. It is out of control.
Do you want it to be a person or a movie?
Whatever you want.
I'm trying to pick between 2 and I don't know what to do.
Whatever you want.
Oh, God. I'm going to go
I'm struggling.
with
I'm struggling.
Randy Moss was a rookie.
Ooh, good one. 98 was a good NFL draft.
Yes. And the thing about Randy Moss is
Randy Moss is a good one too.
he's freaking awesome at football, obviously.
Yes.
But what I personally loved about Randy Moss is, as a Dallas Cowboys fan and a anti-Packer fan,
Yeah.
I loved how much Packer fans hated Randy Moss. I love Randy Moss's antics with the Packers when he did the little moon thing. I think he might have did a pea thing too. He did lots of things. And I just loved his attitude. And then after he retired from the NFL, I loved his TV personality. And
He's
I
great on
think that
TV.
ESPN is stupid for getting rid of him.
Oh, he's been great. He's great on the NFL Network.
Yes.
He's amazing. I love Randy Moss.
He's so good.
Randy Moss is so good.
He's like country. He's like country. I loved hearing about like him growing up, and he's cool.
1998 was a really good sports year.
It was.
Because we'll stick with that. We'll keep talking about that. It's not on my list, but that was the Peyton Manning, Ryan Leaf year. Peyton Manning, obviously, great career. Ryan Leaf, not a great career, but it was like everyone talked about Peyton Manning and Ryan Leaf. Fred Taylor's one of the most underrated running backs in the history of the NFL. Love Fred Taylor. Look at these Hall of Famers. How many Hall of Famers they got here?
There was a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4. We're at 4, but a lot of Pro Bowlers. I think here's the thing, is Fred Taylor's not in the Hall of Fame, but belongs in the Hall of Fame. That's my opinion. Love Fred Taylor.
Opinion.
All right, I got to give you a number 5. Mine's decimated, and I can't put these at 5. They're too good for 5. My number 5 thing here. I tried to find a person that was born in 98, and it's over. We're kind of at the point.
We can't do
Sydney
it anymore.
Sydney Sweeney was the end of it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna. The rest of them are all TikTokers and YouTubers.
Yeah. I'm like, who the hell are these people?
Or rappers I've never know anything about. So
or
kind of at that point.
Or nepo babies that sing terribly and
oh
are
my
on
god,
Jimmy
yes,
Kimmel.
not on my list.
No, Drew.
Is Maya Hawk.
Oh my god, what was
Maya,
that?
right?
Yeah.
And people are acting like it was good and catchy. They used the word catchy.
Oh, it was not good or catchy. She was barely whisper singing.
Stop pushing your nepo babies on us. Maya Hawk's new song.
Oh my god!
She's automatically gets to be on Jimmy Fallon.
Yes,
it was so fucking terrible. I fucking hated it.
Was terrible.
Fucking hated it.
I saw someone be like, she was nervous. I'm like, why? Fuck off.
Fuck off. She sucks. My number 5. She shouldn't be nervous. She's been famous her whole goddamn life. My number 5 thing from 1995 is the movie Wild Things.
Wait,
everyone knows
1995.
Why. I'm sorry. My number 5, Terry, you know I'm bad at that saying what
is
it is.
Wild Things? Was that a movie?
My number 5 thing from 1998 was Wild Things. Yes, it's very much 1998. Wild Things. Mostly for the scene where they're pouring champagne on Denise Richards' boobs.
How did I miss that one?
I don't know. But it was a super fun movie. Which we watched for the pod not that long ago because you'd never seen it.
If you're new, go find it.
If you're new, go find it. I'm actually have 2 movies on the list this time. I try not to do a bunch of movies. This isn't really this. This is more for that scene.
Yeah.
The Denise Richards scene from the 1998 movie Wild Things makes my list. How about that?
Good.
My number 5 thing from 1998 is any Denise Richards scene from the movie Wild Things. There you have it. It includes the champagne scene, includes the pool scene, includes all the Denise Richards scenes. You don't have an argument for that. I think you agree.
No, I think I agree.
Great. Do you have a number 4?
100%. My number 4, I kind of hinted at it last week, but my number 4 is Google. That's when Google started.
Yeah.
Google changed our lives. Now we can go to Google and answer any question we ever had in our whole
Google's
entire
at 4
life.
for me as well, by the way. Google's at 4 for me. Google's also at 4 for me. Just so
that changed our lives. Because sometimes, I'm like, when I'm doing these lists, I'm like, am I doing it for how I feel now or then? Mm-hmm. And I think it's a mixture of both.
It's a mixture, and I think that's fine.
Yes.
But yeah, because in 98, we didn't even know Google was.
No.
We were still using Yahoo and Ask Jeeves.
Yahoo!
98. Can I be honest here? 98 might have been the year. No. I'm trying to figure out when we got our family computer. I think it was 96.
No.
97?
I feel like I was,
We were in middle school.
yeah.
And I started high school in 99. So it was either 98 or 97. I think I was before 8th grade. I think I wasn't in 8th. I don't remember. It definitely wasn't 6th grade because I had to go into school for something to look up the internet. So maybe 98. Maybe 98 was when we
Yeah.
got our family computer.
I feel like it was. It
We're
was
going to go with it.
It was a
98.
gateway.
It was a gateway.
Mhm.
Everyone had a goddamn gateway.
Yep. And when you got on the internet, it went.
Messenger wasn't even a thing yet. I mean, we're using it for who knows what we were using that fucking thing for? Barely anything.
Barely anything.
Prior to using a computer there, the only time we used a computer at home was for some like schoolwork. Mom would bring home this crazy laptop that she'd let us type up our stuff on. I loved it. It was fun. But yeah, Google. We weren't using Google yet, but it started then, and I use Google for everything, and it probably shouldn't.
Probably not.
Because it's not good anymore.
No.
It was good. It was the best, but it ain't the best anymore. Now it's just I Google everything because automatically my phone Googles stuff. But
Can
I
you
know that
remember, like, how crazy is it? We had these computers, and like we would go on it and play like solitaire or that Minesweep game that absolutely no one knows how to play. And if
I
they,
know how to play Minesweep. I love Minesweep.
what? I would just press
Love it.
buttons. I had no idea what even the
What?
concept. I don't even know the concept of the game.
What?
I literally, if you said,
It's
"What's the
e-
concept of Minesweep?" and I'd be like, "I don't
You
know."
click it, and then there's a number comes up, and it tells you how many bombs that one is touching.
Oh,
And
really?
by that, yeah.
Yeah.
And from that, you would have to figure. How do you not know how?
Drew, I would
Minesweep-
just like click buttons, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing.
I believe it's called Minesweeper.
Oh,
Yes.
Minesweeper. Well,
Well, that was my number 4 as well. Tara was Google. I had Google at 4, so
perfect. Number 3.
so it's back to you at 3.
My number 3
Yeah.
is my eyes are getting weary.
Oh,
My back is getting tired.
yeah. Sitting here in traffic on the Queensboro Bridge tonight. Because, baby, all I want to do is pack my bags and come on home
No,
to you.
is
I forgot Drive my home back to you.
come on straight to you. Baby, all my life I've been
I'll be
driving home to you. King of Queens.
Yeah. King of Queens is great. Didn't make my list. It was going to be an honorable mention.
Love it.
King of Queens, though.
I loved every single person in that show. Like every
is
person
good. It is
was
good.
amazing.
Is that really
Arthur, awesome. Doug, unbeatable.
unbeatable?
Carrie, the best.
Hot. I loved Carrie.
Hot.
I was horny for Carrie. I can't lie. My
Deacon.
pants were around my ankle for Carrie
Oh
sometimes.
God.
Tara, I'm not going to lie to you. My list, honestly, my list has just changed. Hard Knock Life getting kicked off the list. King of Queens is now number 3 on my list because of Carrie.
Because of Carrie. Because your
'Cause of
pants were
Carrie.
around your ankles.
She would sometimes have just the tiniest bit of cleavage, and I'd stop right there.
You'd
and
be
I'd
like, oh my God, Leah Remini.
Not in 1998. I'm talking like late 2000s on reruns on like TBS.
Yeah. When we weren't watching it
Because
as a
when
family.
we were watching it as a family.
Right. Exactly.
I wasn't,
When we
because
weren't
we watched
watching
it. We watched it like
Yes,
as a family.
That
like
was a
first
must-see
runs.
TV for us. Yeah.
We watched that back to back with Ray,
Raymond.
Mr. Raymond.
hmm
Everybody loves Raymond. I'm not even going to get to tell you anything on my goddamn list because I know you have one more of these
I might
for
not.
sure.
I don't
You
know if I
fucking-
do.
Tara, if you don't have this on your list, I don't even know what you're doing with your list.
Oh
Because Marin
God.
and I have been talking about your list. They suck. sometimes.
Okay.
You
whatever.
struggle. You struggle. So let me go first
For your next one?
for my number 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Not that you have this one, but I want to go first. But yes, King of Queens was awesome.
Mm-hmm,
But Hard Knock Life was on it. Was that on your list?
No, it's an honorable mention.
Great song.
So good.
Great record.
Yes.
Hanging up right there. Jay-Z Volume 2 Hard Knock Life. Great album. Amazing song. Still a great song.
But your pants weren't to your ankles.
my pants weren't to my ankles when I was listening to
so it
Hard Knock
so it
Life.
doesn't
I wasn't,
make
I
it.
wasn't like, oh,
Yeah.
get it, Jay-Z.
Oh, God.
Get it, Annie.
Get it, Jay-Z.
Get it, Jay-Z.
God.
No, my pants were up.
They were You were sagging, bagging Barry
I
though.
was sagging bagging Barry though when I was watching
When you're
fucking
watching
King of Queens with
exactly.
Carrie.
Mm-hmm. You need
And
to wrap
Spence would
that.
come, and then Spence would come on the screen. I'd instantly lose my boner. See you later, Spence.
He
No one kills
was.
a boner
He
more
was
than
a boner
fucking.
killer.
No one kills a boner more than Spence slash
Spence.
Patton Oswalt in general, but
Yeah,
Spence himself. Spence was a real boner
he
killer.
was.
I also had a crush on the dog walker,
Oh, really?
but from Mad TV. Yeah, I
Mhm.
always liked her on Mad TV. She was funny. She was a crazy person on King of Queens. Tara, my number 2 thing from 1998 was not only the movie, but the experience of seeing the movie in the theater with our parents.
Oh.
And that is Something About Mary.
Mm-hmm.
And Something About Mary is when not that I didn't know my mom could be fun, but seeing my mom laugh at jizz jokes
Oh gosh.
changed the way I thought about my mom. I'm like, oh, mom can hang.
Yeah.
I was like, we're sitting at front. We're like
We're
pretty close to the screen,
Yeah, we
off
got-
to the side.
Yep.
Something about we went as a family on a Saturday night after
Yep.
like dinner at Made Right is my guess.
Probably.
And Something About Mary, we watched as a family and we were laughing our fucking asses off.
Yes.
Great movie theater experience. Something About Mary, my
It
favorite
really
Ben Stiller
was.
movie, and it's probably my favorite Farrelly Brothers movie. I love Something About Mary, and again, watching it with our parents, the 4 of us went and saw it in the theater
Mhm.
together.
Yeah.
In the scene where the jizz was in her hair and he jerks off and gets jizz,
My mom
She
couldn't.
gets his-
She
Wait,
literally
my
could not
mom,
stop laughing.
She couldn't breathe.
We it was like past, and her hair was
She
no
was-
longer up, and she just started
was
laughing.
still laughing about it.
again.
She laughed so hard.
It just tickled her so much.
Mhm.
Yes.
I should have known then that she'd be a huge fan of a podcast called MELLONfights
Yeah.
in 2024 that celebrates 69 more than any other podcast in the world. The wettest podcast, this side, the other side, all sides of the Mississippi River, MELLONfights.
Mhm.
I should have known then that she was going to be the biggest fan of
Yes.
MELLONfights.
Because she loves
Because
jizz.
she loves jizz jokes.
jizz jokes.
I'm surprised she didn't follow my Twitter handle, jizz jokes.
Jizz jokes.
Still exists.
Wasn't that great?
Well, I did it one night. It wasn't that great. I needed to hone my craft to
You
find
did.
the better jizz jokes.
You did. Okay.
I just never got into Twitter. I didn't want to write jokes.
I know. So that's
What's your number
great. It was not on my list. Honorable mention.
Great, but what's your number?
My number 2 is
2.
the album The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Wow.
I couldn't get enough of that. It all started with Do Up That Thing. It came on the scene and just took over the airwaves. Lauren was the coolest. She was a great singer, but she also was a lyricist. Her rhymes were awesome. Obsessed. Zion, she talks about how she talks about how everyone wanted her to have a abortion, and she was like, nope, not doing it. And then she had her baby Zion, and he was the light of her life.
And now he's in the NBA.
I didn't
That's her
know
son,
that.
right?
Zion
Zion
Williamson.
Williamson is Lauryn Hill's son.
I was like, what?
You didn't know that? Yeah, they're related. They're
Yeah.
very much related.
Yeah.
So is your number 1 music as well?
No.
That's fucking insane. What is wrong with you? I'm sorry. Your list, I don't even think you know what you like. The thing I have as my number 1 should clearly be on your list.
I'm like,
This
I'm looking.
this is nuts to me. Holy shit. Give me your number 1. I'm doing mine last. Tara, what's your Yeah, Lauryn Hill's good. I like Lauryn
I'm
Hill.
literally looking-
I prefer Fuji's Lauryn Hill by far. So Lauryn Hill's Miseducation, Lauryn Hill, I don't even care about it
It was
that much.
so good. Go listen to it, Drew.
I like it. But
it
it didn't move me as much as the
simple.
next thing. What's your number 1 thing from 1998?
Now I'm
Tara?
freaking out that I missed
Just name your
something
number
big.
1 thing from
Okay.
98.
My number 1 thing from 1998 is the movie The Wedding Singer.
Oh, wow.
I was obsessed. I
Love The
probably
Wedding
watched it maybe a million times.
Sure.
It was so good. It was my number 1. I'm now stressed out.
I'm
I
just
can't even
confused.
talk about The Wedding Singer because I don't know what I missed.
Tara, I
I'm
love The Wedding
literally-
Singer. Hold on. Tara, Do you want my number one thing first, or do you want your
Well,
talk wedding singer?
let's talk Wedding Singer.
So the Wedding Singer, I love the Wedding Singer. It's to me though, it's like the fourth best Sandler flick.
I like that's what I was talking about, kind of like the 1998, the past and the present. Because in 1998, that was my everything. I watched it
Sure.
probably every weekend. Me and Jill would watch it.
Really?
Yes, I loved
I love the
it.
Wedding Singer. Love the Wedding Singer.
love the love song in it. It's so good. And whenever someone has it as their wedding song, I actually like. I love it. It's so
Taylor, let me ask you a question. Either A, Adam Sandler in the Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
Pauly Shore. Pauly Shore.
God.
Was Pauly Shore in a movie that year though?
No.
Because hold on. Adam Sandler in the Wedding Singer. Pauly Shore. I don't think he was in a movie in 1998. Sorry.
So we can't put my guy on it.
Yeah, he didn't have a big 98. I'm double checking. Just
What
in case.
in the world did I miss in music? And how did I miss it? Because I
don't know, Tara. I don't know. Hold on. 1998. Pauly Shore was in. No, it doesn't yet. It was over. It was already over by then. It was over for him by then.
It was done.
He was doing voice stuff like in like episodes of TV. But yeah, the end was Biodome in 96, and that was all she wrote. That's the end of Pauly.
Sorry,
so never mind.
Pauly.
Sandler and Wedding Singer is eating poop out of your butt.
All right.
Sorry, new listeners. I don't know. That's a callback. It makes it funny, I promise. Drinking milk out of your butt.
Perfect. But chug that milk.
The Wedding Singer is awesome. Sandler's really great in it.
It's so good. I love everything about
but everybody's great. Like Drew Barrymore's really sweet in it. The bad guy's great.
Yeah.
Julia Gooley, I say all the time.
Anytime there's someone named Julia, Gooley is always in my head.
Anytime there's a Julia, I go
the
Julia.
meatball lady.
That's a good meatball, I say on the regular.
Yes.
That's a good meatball.
I had someone bring me cookies and put them in Dad's hands to give to me, and it was like,
oh really?
Yeah, it was Gary Schultz. He brought
nice,
and I was just and
it's like loose cookies.
Yeah, Dad walked in with 2 loose cookies, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's a good meatball."
That's a good meatball. Why did they just bring you loose cookies?
Because he forgot his coat. He had to come back and get it, and then they were talking about
payment?
And the payment was 2 cookies
for holding on to your coat.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
It was awesome.
Tara, my number one thing from 1998 was a little song and a little music video and a little artist, small time artist. It's a little song called "Hit Me Baby One More Time" by Britney Spears. 1998. Yes, Tara. It came out in 1998. I'm looking at it. I pulled it up. It says 1998 right here. So I don't know what you guys were looking at. September 29th, 1998 is when the album Britney Spears' Baby One More Time came out. I'm on it. Baby One More Time. B-side.
B-side?
I'm just saying the B-side is Autumn Goodbye. The single came out 1998. Maybe the full album came out in 1999. But Hit Me Baby One More Time came out in 1998. All you gotta do is look at the list of the top songs from 1998. It was like, I need to make it up. Grandmother yelled 99.
Well, guess what? I didn't see it on the list. It says on January 28th, 1999, Britney Spears, that was her first tour.
Listen, the album came out in 99, but the single came out in September 29th, 1998. I'm just letting you know. This
is saying her debut album, and that's probably when we first heard it, was in 1999. The single is when
we would have heard it.
No.
Tara, the single is when it comes out. That's when it probably premiered on MTV. It was 1998. September. I'm telling you, I'm going by when it was released, 1998. This is crazy talk. September 29th. I'm looking at it. Released 1998, September 29th. Do you see that as well?
Yeah, I did see that.
And then Sometimes came out in 99.
And sometimes I run.
Is that the name of the album? What's the name of the album?
Baby One More Time. It was called.
It was
called.
Britney Spears. Baby One More Time.
I think it was just called Baby One More Time. Or maybe it was just called Britney Spears. No, it was Baby One More Time.
Hold on, I can also figure out when the video premiered on MTV.
Because if it hadn't come out yet, I'm not.
It premiered on MTV
on
November 26, 1998.
Fuck me.
I do my research. That's the number one thing from 1998.
Okay. So I'm going to have to do some refiguring.
Yes, her album, the full album did come out the next year, but that music video got blasted into our brains in 1998. And guess what? We saw it when it came out. There's no doubt we saw it on TRL the day it came out. Correct?
I don't know how
we watch TRL every night.
Yeah, we're TRL girls.
We watch TRL every afternoon. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Who am I getting off?
Okay. You blew it.
Okay, fine.
It doesn't make your list.
Fine. It doesn't make my list, but next time.
We have to talk about it. Next time, you can't go on your list.
I can put on.
Britney came out in 98.
No, I can put on the album in 99.
You can if you want, but everyone will know it's tainted.
Whatever.
Listen, I've made some mistakes in the past, but this is a big one.
I didn't see it anywhere. I had it up.
It's just a list of the top 200 songs that came out that year.
I looked on Wikipedia and it didn't say anything about it.
Well, I'm on Wikipedia and it's right here.
Yeah,
that's
not on the thing I was looking at. And Miranda said the same thing, so we must have been looking at the same thing.
You guys are on the wrong list.
Well, I messed up. It was awesome. Britney's the best.
I'll send you the website I use that shows you the singles that came out for the year. And it shows you the albums that come out for the year because it's a great.
Because if I miss out again on something,
I found it a couple weeks back. I'm like, this is the one I use every time because it's very good.
Send it to me because that's just I'm embarrassed to be.
And then I click on it and I see I make double check it came out when it came out, all that good stuff.
I'm pretty much embarrassed. So
yeah. But yeah, so the music, the iconic, maybe the most iconic music video of the ever. It's in the mix for make a top 5 music video of all time. Like changing music videos forever. The amount it was copied. Genie in a Bottle also came out in 1998.
Another good one.
They were both on at the same time on MTV.
They were. And want to know something crazy, Drew? When Britney first came out, I had so much jealousy over her.
She was a babe, or?
Yes, because she was a babe and I wasn't. So I was just not about her. And I was like, she's not even good. And I went to a concert and it was a Britney Spears concert, but LFO was opening for her. And I was like, I'm going to the LFO concert, and acting like I didn't even like Britney, and I had pretty good seats.
Wow.
And then someone got mad at me and pushed me
for an LFO
for hating on Britney Spears. And then I saw her in concert and was like, okay, I'm done with the hate. I am done with the hate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, do you want to retry so I can do? You want to retry here, Tara? Tara, my number one thing from 1998 is the video, the song, the artist. It is Baby One More Time by Britney Spears.
Yes.
I give you a chance to get excited about it, and you didn't do it.
Wait, how could I get excited if I can't put it on my list?
But I just want you to be like, yes, it's great.
I mean,
it is great.
It is great.
What do I want to use this as a wonderful clip? But it's you going, yes.
Oh.
The other version is you going, it ain't from 98. Unusable.
She's the best. What can I say? I fucked up. I messed up.
I'm just meaning that video. That
video
she was amazing.
Drew, how did I not like her? How did I not like her? She was playing basketball. I was a basketball girl. She was a basketball girl. I was just so jealous and disgusting at that point in my life.
I've said it a million times. As big as Taylor Swift is right now, she was never bigger than Britney Spears was in that moment.
Oh
it was nuts for that fucking 6 months when that song came out, she was like, no, she was like the biggest thing in the world.
Huge.
She was like, who is this person? Who is this babe?
Yeah.
I don't know how old she was at the time. I was younger than her, so it was okay for me to be obsessed with her, but everyone was obsessed.
I got the little like poofy hair ties to be like Britney.
Wearing like baggy pants with like a sports bra and dancing around. That's a look.
I never did
That's a
that.
look.
I could never pull that look
No.
off.
But it's a look she stole. She also
Drew,
stole that look
No.
from like,
Aaliyah?
yeah, I was going to say not white women.
Yeah.
That was a non-white woman steal.
Yeah.
For sure. Stealing that from a person of color. So that's our list, Sarah. That's a pretty good list.
It was a good list.
Mine was better. Yours has some holes.
Holes? Where?
Well, it doesn't have Britney Spears' Baby One More Time. What do you kick off? What gets kicked off if you put you can put it on? It honestly, Tara, I thought that was the auto.
Well,
I thought it was almost I thought that was an auto.
Let's put it on auto.
I don't have another number one, but because that's not fair. That's why I tried to get it out of the way. But I think she's it's a Hall of Fame song, Hall of Fame video.
It's a Hall of Fame person being introduced to the world, Britney Spears.
Yes, that was Britney Spears being dropped into our brains. And to this day, she still is talked about and beloved, even though she's crazy and hasn't done anything in years.
And says
People
she's never
still
doing
love it.
music again.
But nobody cares because she dances on TikTok with knives. I don't know.
They're fake. They're
She's
not
wild.
fake.
She's a wild cat.
She is a wild cat.
She's a wild cat.
Oh, Brit, love her.
It is a bummer. The second half of her career was really dark and weird.
I know.
And it sucks. And that's the biz.
But the thing is, even when it was dark and crazy,
she was still great. Had
her
great
songs
moments.
still just slapped.
So when the whole bald thing happened,
yeah.
What came out after that? Like, what was her big one?
Blackout came out. She had a lot of hits after that.
Like,
she
Toxic
had
was prior to that.
prior
right?
to that, and like Womanizer was after.
Mm-hmm.
Give me more.
Oh, that's a good one.
Till the world
they got more
ends.
dancey after that. I feel like it was more of like a dance. I could probably give you my 3 favorite
Slumber Party.
Britney
so
Spears
many good
moments.
I could definitely do that.
You know, I think back now, what I don't love is when she kissed
Or
Madonna and then Madonna kissed Christina Aguilera. That was weird when you think about it now. Like in the moment, it wasn't like, it was weird then too, but it was like, oh, this is sex. This is cool.
Yeah.
But also it's super weird. My dad, like, I'm gonna kiss these 2 young girls on stage.
Yeah.
Like, fucking weird old lady. That was weird as fuck.
When Britney did her Satisfaction and like ripped off it into the nude sparkles.
Yeah.
Top for me.
Awesome. How about when she danced around with Snake on stage for Slave?
Top. All of her MTV stuff was real
always
good.
Great. She was always good. She was like, she was probably one of the better. She was like one of the first ones that really brought it at award shows.
Yeah.
Where it was like a production, Beyonce started doing it after her.
And then just demolished her.
Yeah. But sure. It was so iconic though.
Yes.
It was just so like, this is wild.
God, her Slave video.
Britney Spears.
I know. It was her I'm a Slave. Her Slave video, like her bod was so banging.
She's the best.
The best.
She's the best. We can talk about it again next week when you try to shoehorn it into your list.
I will.
Tara, do you have any anything for me?
Did you not want to go through our honorables?
Oh shit, yeah. Hold on. We're at hour 17. Let's be quick for once.
Okay. I'll just pick the ones that I really want to talk about. Movies.
Yeah, we can. Go ahead.
Meet Joe Black. Loved it. Night at the Roxbury.
We loved it. You loved it a lot.
Loved it the most. Parent Trap. Amazing. Waterboy.
Waterboy was a lot of fun. Loved Waterboy.
Brink.
Not that good though. At the time when it first came out, I probably liked Brink. Shit, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I didn't see that D channel original.
Yes.
No, I was gonna say
Pumpkin'
Waterboy was like one of
Suds.
those ones where at the time Waterboy was my jam over Wedding Singer, and then obviously as I got older, Wedding Singer was much better. I feel like within like a year.
Basketball. Awesome.
Baseball is amazing.
So good.
Basketball was one of those ones where we were like, we shouldn't be watching this
Yeah, but
comedy.
we were. Pleasantville,
Yep.
The Big Lebowski,
Yep.
and Half Baked.
Also good. Half Baked's really fun. Didn't see Half Baked till later in life though.
Yeah.
Couple you missed. Armageddon was a
Yeah.
monster that year. Saving Private Ryan,
I've never
Best
seen
Picture,
that one.
awesome. You've ever seen Saving Private Ryan? Oh yeah, I've tried to get you to. You're supposed to watch it for this, but we haven't gotten around to it yet. We'll save that for like a big episode. Maybe we'll talk about it on a live episode. Truman Show,
Yep.
Blade, love Blade. Armageddon, also Deep Impact also came out that year. It was the big. That was like you had the volcano movies the year before or 2 years before, and then you had the two world-ending asteroid movies the same year. Armageddon was awesome, by the way.
It was awesome.
But also, the other thing I noticed this year is when I was looking, all the major like action guys had movies that year that I didn't give a fuck. Like it was kind of the end of an era. Like they were all doing movies, but they were like less than like the previous years.
Yeah.
You know, Nick Cage was in Snake Eyes.
John
and Snake
Travolta
Eyes
was in something
wasn't that
too.
good. Yeah, and Bruce Willis was in.
Yeah,
Everyone was,
The Fifth Element or something.
Yeah, something. Oh no, The Fifth Element was the year before, and I like The Fifth Element. Fifth Element's awesome. What's his name?
Rising? Mercury something.
Mercury Rising. Yeah, not that good. Not that good. That might have Haley Joe in it. I think Seagal had something that year. They all had shit going on that year, but none of it was that good.
American History X.
Yeah, I had that on here.
The Curb Stomp is just like the most
too much. It's too much.
Too much. I hated it.
A couple TV shows. I'll do TV shows first.
Yeah.
Obviously, King of Queens. 70s shows, another really, to me, very close behind King of Queens.
Loved it.
Cat Dog.
I knew you were going to say Cat Dog.
Loved Cat Dog. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Kind of the beginning, the reboot. It kind of brought game shows back to like network TV and prime time.
No, that's when the British version started.
Was it?
Yeah.
It wasn't the Regis version?
No.
I just saw Millionaire and I forgot there was a British version.
Yeah.
Well, it still existed.
Yes.
Junkyard Wars. You remember that show?
No.
That show was awesome. Basically, it was on like TLC or something, and people would go through a junkyard, and they'd have to like make a boat or like a go-kart, and they'd just get to choose from the junkyard, and they'd have like a race at the end. It was really fun.
It's crazy.
Bug Juice.
Yes.
Bug Juice.
If I was
Bug Juice was our OG Real World.
If I was
we loved the Bug Juice before we loved the Real World.
If I was doing just what was the most important to me in 1998,
It was Bug Juice. It was Bug Juice and Britney Spears, and somehow Britney Spears didn't make the list. And then I had Upright Citizens Brigade. I loved Upright Citizens Brigade. Was on Comedy Central. It was like UCB walked so Tim Robinson could run.
Yes,
that's just a fact. Tara, do you got any TV shows I missed?
True Life, MTV.
Oh, that was good.
Loved it.
That is good. Do they still do it? I don't know. It's amazing.
I think so.
It opened up the world to all sorts of docu-TV. MTV was ahead of the fucking game.
No kidding.
MTV set everything into play.
And now all they do is wilding out.
Well, and Catfish, which is great.
Catfish.
And ridiculousness. Well, not unwatchable.
Becker for Dad.
Okay, keep it moving.
Will and Grace was awesome.
Let's keep it moving.
Dawson's Creek and The Wild Thornberrys.
All right. Never was a big Wild Thornberrys guy.
I loved it.
Couple inventions. The Dreamcast, the Sega Dreamcast. I had one. It was awesome. Loved my Sega Dreamcast. Nobody else had it. Nick had it. We're the only two people that had it. Everyone else had like PlayStations and shit, but the Dreamcast was cool. The Fleshlight came out.
I saw that. I wrote it down too.
I mean, come on. How about that? Flutie Flakes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Homies, which were little tiny things you get in quarter machines. I had a ton of them from the bowling alley. And the Mach 3 razor. I did have a Mach 3 razor. I believe it was the first razor I ever had to shave my face.
I love it.
And now I have a beard at all times.
The only other thing I have to add is baby bottle pops because I loved them. Anything that had that stupid sugar shit, I was all about it. Imagine If the Game. It's a family favorite.
It's a good game.
And then Furbies, which it's like, what the fuck? Those things were weird.
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
Furbies were weird and a giant hit.
Yeah. People loved them. We never had one.
couple songs we missed. Hard Knock Life got moved to this list. Rosa Parks
Yep.
by
Outcast.
Outcast. That Thing
That was on my
by
list.
from Lauryn Hill. That's right. I don't know why I said it. Don't Want to Miss a Thing to go along with Armageddon from Aerosmith. Genie in a Bottle, which I mentioned earlier. Pretty Fly for a White Guy by Oasis.
No, not Oasis. The Outcast.
That's what, huh?
The Outcast.
Not Outcast. That's not
The
not
The
Oasis.
Offspring. Sorry,
Thank
we
you.
both
Offspring.
saw.
I don't know. We were somewhere in between there. And then Millennium by we sang it a little bit earlier, but Millennium by Robbie Williams, which I was going to save for now and say, don't worry, our Millennium episode's coming up in 2 weeks. And The Boy Is Mine.
The Boy's Mine. The Boy's Mine. The Boy's Mine.
Couple I missed quickly.
Yep. Too Close by Next. Oh, you're dancing real close. You'd know it if you heard it. It's good.
Sexy song.
Fatboy Slim Praise Me. Beastie Boys.
Great song. Great music video.
Beastie Boys Intergalactic.
Fun.
Closing Time, Semisonic.
Yep.
And All My Life, Casey and JoJo.
Sure.
Oh, and Ghetto Superstar.
Ghetto Superstar. That is what you are. Any other ones?
Nope.
Okay. I have one more thing from 1998, and then we're moving on. I have 6 quarterbacks that were born in 1998. Okay?
Okay.
You're gonna tell me which one is gonna have the best career.
Okay.
These 6 quarterbacks in 1998. Tommy DeVito,
Okay.
Mac Jones,
Okay.
Tua Tagovailoa,
Nice try. Tua.
Tua, Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love, and Justin Herbert. All born in 1998. DeVito, Jones, Hurts, Tua, Herbert, Love.
It pains me to say this, but I just think the Packers have the luck of the QB, and I'm saying Jordan Love.
We hate Justin Herbert so much.
No, he's nothing.
He's nothing.
He's nothing.
The guy he'll win nothing.
No.
And you'll like it.
And you'll love it. Sorry,
I
Jim
agree with
Harbaugh.
you. I believe it's Jordan Love. I think the Jalen Hurts thing's kind of what it is, and I think Love has a chance to be special.
Yep.
And I
He
think
did a good job.
And I just think that Herbert's in a situation that's not going to work for him, and I
Yep.
just don't know that he's good enough to fix it. And then Tua's going to just not last that long.
Yeah.
And Mac Jones sucks, and DeVito doesn't belong
No.
on that list. I was going to put him on there. There was a couple guys I didn't put because I just didn't. They were just too stupid.
Yeah.
Tyler Huntley was one of them.
No. I have
Anything else?
a real quick anti-list.
All right, go ahead.
The movie What Dreams May Come, depressing and sad.
Yep.
Stepmom, torture movie. Can't believe people watch it. The Monica Lewinsky stuff. Bill Clinton's a big fucking asshole. The Mary Kay Letourneau, having a baby with her student.
Yep.
And then Phil Hartman being murdered by his wife.
Yeah, not good.
Not good.
Not good. I did miss one thing that was good. You made me think of when you said "What Dreams May Come" because it made me think of Patch Adams, which made me think of Simon Birch from 1998.
Oh, yes.
Love me some Simon Birch.
Oh, also one other thing, CC Sabathia. Love him.
What about him?
He was a rookie that year.
Oh, love CC Bath.
And so was Vince Carter, Dirk Nowitzki, and Paul Pierce. So
Oh,
those
wow.
are some goodies, too.
That's a good year.
There's some goodies.
Ooh. Somebody didn't look up the NBA draft that. I thought I did. I guess not. I think I just did NBA players born in 98.
Vince Carter.
You did the smart. You did the draft.
Yeah.
You were smart.
Vince Carter was a dunk machine. Awesome. Loved him.
Vince Carter.
And he figured out how to change his game when he couldn't do it anymore. So that's awesome too.
All right, got anything for me before I go to emails? There's only one, but we're already an hour and a half in. So
Let's see if there's anything I really need to talk to you about. Okay, I got something.
Okay, what is it?
So this day 8 years ago, in 2016, I saw Bruce Springsteen for the first time at the Bradley Center.
Ooh,
It was awesome.
that's amazing. I didn't get to see it because I started my new job.
Yeah,
that week.
and you're too good at being an employer. Instead of saying, "Hey, I'm not coming this day." 11 years ago today, on Facebook, I wrote, "Fun fact: rats love mini Cadbury eggs."
Yes, they did. So that's probably the anniversary of me crushing graham crackers, which Miranda saw me do live and in person. She was not that impressed
That's
with it.
because you weren't angry when you did it. So
Says you.
okay.
She was the opposite of intimidated.
Well,
she in fact laughed in my face.
Well, were they the same graham crackers?
No, these were loose, and I just punched them.
Yeah. You were
1998.
You were scary. Oh, there's one other thing.
Hurry up.
It's talking third person.
I don't want to go an hour 50 again.
It's talking third person day.
Oh, I love
I was going to say, that's Drew's favorite thing to do.
I don't do it a lot, but when I do, it's good. I like to talk about melon fights is the best. Melon fights rules. Drew, I like to call myself the kid. I used to say the kid. Call myself the kid. So I give myself a nickname and talk in third person.
So I will do that too. Third person is fun. I'll call myself T-Boz. T-Boz is my third person.
It's only okay to do third person talk if you have fucking around, goofing around.
Yes, definitely.
People who do it like thinking they're cool, not cool. All right, hold on. We got a long email and then we're out of here. It's hard. Drew and Tara. This is from Miranda, 1998. It's our only one because we did it early. Hey guys, sometimes we do record on Sunday. We mostly record Sunday night now, just so you know if you're sending emails. We record Sunday nights because I like a little extra time to edit.
And volleyball's starting soon.
Regarding rushing the field, when Nathan was in high school, our school was known for accidentally breaking bleachers by jumping too much and rushing the field. There are videos on YouTube because a guy at school filmed the games when our team was good. There was one bad rush at the field with fighting, and it was on the news. They just rushed it all the time. You only rush for the biggest of moments. Quit rushing the field.
Cut it out.
Nathan's class. Nathan's friends. Face Off. I didn't watch it, but I thought Face Off was going to be about sports competitions.
Oh, I like it.
My opinion on your new way of movie reviews. I think you need to go in chronological order. I hadn't seen this movie, so it was a little confusing. Drew, I wish you knew what your hunch was. I don't remember. What did I say? I had a hunch about something?
You wrote hunch.
Oh, yeah, I know. I wish I knew.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say I agree with Miranda. I struggled even just like trying to do it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I got to do better, figure out how to.
The list, what I'm saying, you didn't do the way you did it didn't work. It was chronological, basically.
But she just said she wanted it to be chronological.
It doesn't matter what she wants. I'm the creator, and I think it's a countdown of your 10 favorite moments. Because then I can be like, "Well, how do you leave out this moment?"
Okay,
that's fun.
Okay, we'll try it the next time.
That way we can see you leave out Britney Spears again. I heard Sydney Sweeney's family's into Trump. I think she had a photo up of her in the hat. Is that true? I'm not positive. Maybe.
If that's the case, we're done.
She said something in her monologue about it where she almost she did say something about her family being in Trump. I don't know that she necessarily is, but it may be a thing. I'm not really sure.
If I'm not she is, would you keep her on your list?
Is she? No.
Good.
That would make her less hot to me for sure. So yeah,
because that's definitely a boner.
I'm not going to look into it.
Yeah,
I'm just not going to look into it.
Okay, good idea.
I didn't know Palm Pilots came out in 1997. I asked for one for my birthday when I was super young, maybe 5 years old. For what reason, I'm not sure.
We all wanted
they
one.
Were cool. Everyone wanted a Palm Pilot.
We all wanted to be business women.
The only person I knew with the Palm Pilot was Todd Ritland. He was really into tech, and then he worked for Apple, and he's like a billionaire. He loves Trump.
He's a billionaire?
He has a lot of money. That's all I'm saying. He's not a billionaire. But he's worked for Apple for years, and he's
Trump lover.
Into Trump. Mm-hmm. When Harry Potter first came out,
Wild.
Him and Sweeney hang out.
Yep.
When Harry Potter first came out, the title was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Oh, did we mention it or something? I must have mentioned it. I couldn't remember what it was called. Thank you for complimenting my 1997 list. I laughed when Tara supported my Wild America comment, but Drew made uncomfortable after he had the horniest list ever. It was a horny list. Can I tell you something? This week's list, equally horny.
You're just
equally horny.
I
was horny at that age.
Your list is now going to be Drew's horniest 1999
top 5 sexiest
moments.
1999 moments. Horny. Number 5 from 98, Cat Dog. Good pick. I knew Mask of Zorro would be on there at number 4. The Challenge, which is great. She's only been watching The Challenge for a couple years now with me, but she loves it. Is at number 3. Mulan at 2. Did that come out?
Yeah, I said Mulan.
I didn't see that. And then Parent Trap, I thought would be your number 1, honestly.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And then honorable mentions: Armageddon, A Bug's Life, The Wedding Singer, Rush Hour, Small
Oh,
Soldiers,
I loved Rush Hour.
Charmed, but she's in TV now, Sex in the City, That 70s Show. If this was a few years ago, this would have maybe made my list now,
Yeah.
but I don't support almost all of the cast in real life. Will and Grace, Whose
Loved.
Line Is It Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
Powerpuff Girls, Wild Thornberries, Roly Poly Oly, Out of the Box, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. She's in music now.
Mm-hmm.
Doo Wop, That Thing by Lauryn Hill. Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. Hard Knock, Life, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets book, Holes book, and Furbies. XOXO. Gossip Girl. Miranda. So there you go. Hey, Tara.
Hey, Drew.
Hey, guys. Email us at MELLONfights, MELLON fights at gmail.com. Follow us on TikTok. We are MELLONfights there. We're also MELLONfights podcast on Instagram. Send an email out to people to listen to this pod. It's a good one. It's a fun one. I think we had a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun.
I think this is a good one for someone to listen to first.
Yep. And then tune
also
in next week because guess
tune in
what?
next
I'm
week.
going to have another tattoo then. And I'll
Oh,
reveal
are you?
it. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with my family. I don't know what's going on with my family. Holy Toledo.
Holy Toledo.
Also, don't forget to don't have to email even the pod. You can also email like, hey, do you want to ask a pod a question?
Yeah.
And then they'll relay it to us.
Yeah.
And we'll answer that question. I'm also gonna, I guess, email blast people. I don't know. I feel weird doing that, but I'm gonna do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Tara, stay dry.
Stay dry.
Have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Melon
Melon
fights.
fights.